Happy New Year, everyone! Welcome to 2022 with the Class of Gamgee. This is the Kashim Ibrahim Fellowship's monthly recap, where fellows give you a rundown of all our monthly activities. My name is Womia Ojo, and with me today are
David, Aluga,
and
Sharon, Takim.
This is the January recap. Now, January was a spectacular month, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
The KIF Secretariat lined up amazing and memorable activities for fellows back to back. For instance, we went to the ancient city of Zaria to visit the Emir of Zazel. Personally, I'd never even been to Zaria, so this was a trip I looked forward to. We had 2 speaker series, 2 brown bag meetings, an inspiring evening with the KIF Secretariat, and a 2-day workshop on emotional intelligence at the Kaduna Business School. Sharon, I'd like to start with you. How was your experience in the ancient city?
We had a very immersive session with His Highness, the Emir of Zazel, Malam Ahmed Nuhu Bamali. He took us through his life's journey from birth up to ascending the throne, described the duties of a traditional leader, and we had a chance to observe a mediation session presided by him and the Emirate Council. We concluded the visit with an interactive session in the very serene palace garden. The session left us with a greater understanding of the weight of responsibilities placed upon traditional leaders.
I like the way you described the palace garden, Sharon. The palace was indeed beautiful and magnificent. David, I'd like to move to you. Kindly take us through your experience at our first brown bag meeting with Mr. Gerald Ilukwe, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Information and Communication Technology.
Mr. Gerard, who is also the state's Chief Information Officer, spoke about his career background in the private sector and eventual transition to public service. I learned about the ambition of the Kaduna State government to implement e-governance across all its ministries, agencies, and departments. Mr. Gerard highlighted the challenges that the government faces and that training and change management is key to implementing e-governance.
Very interesting session. Thank you, David. Now, Sharon, I'll move back to you. Would you like to do the honors of describing one of our most emotional evenings with the Secretariats?
Fellows had the opportunity to interact informally with the KIF Secretariat. It was a revelatory evening filled with laughter and a few tears. I left the session with a lot of lessons to apply in my life.
Thank you, Sharon. I found myself deeply humbled after that session. I would like to say thank you, KIF Secretariat, for all you do. Now, David, we had a 2-day emotional intelligence workshop at the Kaduna Business School. How was that for you?
The 3 experts spoke on topics such as the emotional brain and interpersonal limbic regulation, emotions and allostatic load, and philosophical issues. But the most interesting parts for me were the interactive sessions, group activities, and case studies that helped to explain the subject better. I now know that emotions are like electricity. They are either good or bad depending on how you use them.
Emotions are like electricity. That one sticks. Thank you, David. We were honored to have renowned producer and publisher, Mr. Mukhtar Bakare, with us. Sharon, how was that?
Mr. Mukhtar is a compendium of information. It was an incredible privilege to listen to him speak about his journey into publishing and the life lessons he learned along the way. Also, he talked about his hopes and prayers for Nigeria. He is a true patriot.
A compendium of information. I could not have described him better. Finally, fellows wrapped up the month with a brown bag meeting at the State Pension Bureau. David, kindly do us the honors.
I didn't know that the administration of pension, gratuity, and death benefits could be this tricky. The Executive Secretary of the Bureau, Professor Salamatu Isa, explained how the pension reform law of 2007 was repealed with the Kaduna State Pension Reform Law of 2016. This has guided the state to develop a strategy for offsetting an inherited pension liability of over 15 billion naira. Civil servants of the state must not be forgotten and allowed to suffer after retirement.
Thank you, David. Truly shows how smart and hard the Kaduna State government is working. And there you have it, guys. I told you, a spectacular January. We hope you enjoyed this session as much as we did. Please follow us on all our social media channels to stay updated on our activities and important announcements. Thank you, Sharon. And thank you, David, for being here with us today. My name is Womia Ojo. See you next month.